Hello, this is Professor Sampson, and today we're going to be learning how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide mixed numbers in your calculator. There are a few ways that you can do it. Of course, I'm going to start with the easiest way if you have the TI-84 Plus and you have the upgrade that we've been speaking about. What you need to do for that is simply go to the menu to put these in. So remember, your alpha y equals menu takes you to the fraction menu, and you would hit number 2 and then just fill in the numbers. So for example, this is 4 1/7, then times, then you go back to your alpha y equals menu, again selecting number 2, which is mixed numbers, and 8 1/4. All right. Once you do that, you hit enter, and it's going to give you an improper fraction. To get that improper fraction to go to a mixed number, you have to go back again to your alpha y equals key, right? And then you would select number 3, which says you have a numerator denominator, but you're trying to change it to a mixed number. And there's your answer, 34 5/28. 34 5/28. Okay, so if you have the upgrade, you simply put the mixed numbers in to the boxes, and then once you get your answer, you have to convert your answer from a improper fraction to a mixed number only for this chapter, only for this mixed number section. After that, an improper fraction is an answer that you're going to leave. Okay, so that's how you do it with the upgrade. If you don't have the upgrade, remember, as we discussed, a fraction, a mixed number, is a whole number and a fraction. A whole number plus a fraction. So we would just have to go back to doing it that way, using our parentheses. So if we wanted to do that same problem, we would have parentheses 4 plus. Now remember, you have to put your fractions in parentheses. 4 plus 1/7. Then close the parenthesis, and then that's times another set of parentheses, 8 plus, and then 1/4 get its own parenthesis. And then you have to close the parentheses. You hit enter, and it'll give you a decimal. All right. Remember, you can subtract out the whole number, 34, and then hit math, enter, to get your decimal into a mixed number format. And that's what we're going to do, right? We're going to subtract 34, because that lets us know our answer is 34. And then with the decimal, we're going to hit math, enter, and that's going to give us 5/28. And as you can see from here, it's 34 5/28. Another way to do it is actually to change your mixed number into an improper fraction and then put those into the calculator if you don't have the upgrade. So for example, I would take my 4 1/7 and change that into a improper fraction. 4 times 7 is 28, plus 1 is 29, so I get 29/7, times 8 times 4 is 32, plus 1 is 33, 33/4. Then instead of having to put in all that plus stuff for the mixed numbers, I can just put in my improper fraction, simply putting in this one, 29 divided by 7, and then that was times, parentheses indicates times, so I don't need to put a times, and then 33/4. Again, I would do the same thing to convert it. Subtract out the 34, math, enter to change a decimal to a fraction. All right. So that's how we would do that section. So we would do every number like this, whether it's adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. That's how we figure it out. So we can either use the upgrade, we can change these into improper fractions, 8/9/2 divided by 9 over 8. And then put that in the calculator if I wanted to do it, if I have an older calculator, or I can always use the upgrade in your calculator to do it by hitting number 2 and then going ahead and putting in the problem the way you see it. It doesn't matter which way you do it. It really depends on your calculator and if you do or don't have the upgrade. That's up to you. But if you have the upgrade, it's definitely nicer to do. If not, you have those other two methods that I showed you. One being that you just say the whole number plus the fraction, because that's what a mixed number is. And then you'll get that answer and change that answer into a mixed number. Or you can change them both into, and that was supposed to be about 4.5. You can change them both into an improper fraction and then work it out. Okay? So the answer to this one is 4. So I won't go into it for long. It's the same thing for addition and subtraction. So if you have these two problems here, you might want to work these out on your own just to make sure that you get the right answer. And I'm going to work them myself both ways so you can follow along. The problem is 7 2/9 plus 5 1/9. Now you see what I did? I got an error. You know why I got an error? Because I did not put the parenthesis in front of here. So as I told you in the other video, if you don't count your parentheses properly, then you'll get an error. I should have a parenthesis in front of the 5. So I'm going to put 1 there because I only have 1, 2, 3. They come in pairs. So remember, it should be 1 around that one. And I'm just showing you different ways you can get error. What's my other error here? I know that answer is wrong because instead of putting 5 plus 1/9, I put 5 times 1/9. So these are all the possible ways that you can get it wrong. All right. So that's supposed to be 5 plus 1/9. So one of the things about doing it this way is that there are several opportunities for you to make an error. Because you have to make sure that you have in the right number of parentheses, you have to have an addition sign. So this way really is cumbersome, taking up a lot of time if you don't put it in right the first time. And you must always look and make sure you're putting it in properly. So this should be the proper way that it goes in, giving us the final answer, 12 1/3 minus 12. Then I hit math, enter. So I get 12 1/3. I just want to show you several ways that you may put it in and you need to be careful. The best way is to turn it into an improper fraction if you don't have the upgrade. All right. So let's use the upgrade, double check our answer, because the upgrade is pretty simple. So we had 7 2/9 plus 5 1/9. This is going to give you back an improper fraction. Go back to alpha y equals and hit number 3. And you get 12 1/3. So that answer was correct. So I'm not going to do the last one. You should get the point. At least I'm not going to do it using any other method. You could change your mixed numbers to improper fractions. Either way, the problem is going to work out properly. So now you should have an idea on how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide mixed numbers using your calculator. Whether you have an upgrade or not, you should be able to work the problems out and get the appropriate answer. And this concludes the video on adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing mixed numbers.